The tennis world has found its newest sensation, and her name is Alex Eala. After an unforgettable run in Washington, the 21-year-old Filipina has become one of the biggest stories in professional tennis. She has lifted her first major WTA trophy, defeated some of the sport's biggest names, and inspired millions of fans across the globe. But just when excitement seemed impossible to top, one of tennis' greatest legends made a statement that stunned everyone. When Martina Navratilova speaks, the tennis world pays attention. With an extraordinary career that includes countless Grand Slam titles and decades of dominance, her opinion carries enormous weight. That is why her latest comment about Alex Eala immediately became one of the hottest topics in tennis. According to Navratilova, stopping Eala has become an incredibly difficult task. Coming from one of the greatest champions in history, those words were more than simple praise. They were a powerful vote of confidence in the young Filipina's future. So what convinced the tennis legend that Eala has become such a dangerous player? The answer lies in what happened at the Washington Open. Eala didn't simply win the tournament. She earned it by defeating elite competition. Every round tested her against experienced opponents. Yet she continued to raise her level when the pressure was at its highest. The championship match perfectly demonstrated her fighting spirit. After dropping the opening set, she refused to panic. Instead, she stayed composed, adjusted her tactics, and completely turned the match around to defeat world number 3 Jessica Pegula in an incredible comeback victory. Her fearless performance caught the attention of tennis fans everywhere, including many former champions. Soon after the final, Rafael Nadal congratulated Eala on social media, recognizing her historic achievement. Navratilova also acknowledged the moment, publicly praising the young star and showing her support after the biggest victory of Eala's career. As excitement continued to grow, tennis analysts began asking the same question: has Alex Eala become the most dangerous rising player on the WTA Tour? Looking at her recent performances, it is easy to understand why so many people believe the answer is yes. She has developed into a player who thrives under pressure, refuses to back down against higher ranked opponents, and continues improving with every tournament she plays. Her confidence is no longer based on potential. It is backed by results. With every victory, Eala is proving that she belongs among the world's best, and legends of the game are beginning to believe that this remarkable journey is only getting started.
Martina Navratilova's praise wasn't based on emotion or hype. It was backed by performances that demanded attention. Alex Eala's rise over the past few months has been nothing short of remarkable. Every tournament has added another chapter to her incredible journey, and every victory has strengthened the belief that she is ready to compete with the very best. Her title run in Washington was the perfect example. Instead of benefiting from an easy draw, Eala battled through one world-class opponent after another. She defeated experienced champions, overcame higher-ranked players, and proved she could handle pressure on the biggest stages. What impressed analysts the most wasn't just the number of wins. It was the quality of those victories. Time after time, Eala stepped onto the court against players with far greater experience and refused to be intimidated. She played aggressive tennis, stayed mentally strong, and trusted her game even during the toughest moments. That fearless approach has quickly become her trademark. Statistics now place her in elite company. Very few players in the modern era have produced such impressive results against top 10 opponents so early in their careers. Those numbers explain why legends like Martina Navratilova have taken notice. Former world number 1 Andy Roddick also praised Eala's mindset, pointing out that she shows no fear against the biggest names in the sport. Instead of changing her style, she attacks with confidence and believes she belongs on the same court as every top-ranked player. But Eala's impact goes far beyond tennis. Her success has inspired millions of Filipinos around the world, bringing a completely new audience to the sport. Wherever she competes, stadiums fill with passionate supporters waving Philippine flags and creating an atmosphere unlike anything seen at most WTA events. Even with all her recent success, experts believe there is still room for improvement. Navratilova has mentioned that Eala can become even more dangerous by developing a stronger serve and adding extra power to her game. If those areas continue to improve, her ceiling could be even higher than many people imagine. Yet one thing is already becoming clear. Alex Eala is no longer viewed as a surprise package or an underdog. She has established herself as one of the fastest rising stars in women's tennis, and every tournament makes her an even greater threat to the world's top players. For her opponents, stopping Eala is becoming more difficult with every passing week, and that is exactly why so many believe her biggest achievements are still ahead. Toronto presented Alex Eala with more than just another match. It offered a chance to prove that her success in Washington was no accident. Standing across the net was American Alicia Parks, the same player who had defeated Eala earlier in the season at the Australian Open. That loss had been painful, but it also became one of the biggest learning experiences of her young career. Months later, Eala returned as a completely different competitor. She arrived in Canada carrying the confidence of a champion after winning her first WTA title. More importantly, she had already shown that she could defeat some of the biggest names in women's tennis. Even so, the challenge was far from easy. The demanding schedule had given her almost no time to recover after Washington. Travel, media commitments, and physical fatigue could easily have affected her performance. Yet none of that seemed to shake her focus. From the opening games, Eala looked calm and determined. She played with confidence, trusted her aggressive style, and refused to let past memories influence the match. Whenever Parks tried to build momentum, Eala answered with fearless shot-making and impressive composure. She stayed patient during long rallies while taking every opportunity to attack when chances appeared. As the match progressed, the difference became clear. This wasn't the same player who had struggled earlier in the year. Eala looked stronger mentally, sharper tactically, and far more confident in the biggest moments. Her determination paid off as she closed out the match with another impressive victory, extending her winning streak and sending a powerful message to the rest of the tour. After the win, Eala shared her appreciation for the incredible support she continues to receive from Filipino fans around the world. She admitted that seeing their passion week after week gives her extra motivation every time she steps onto the court. The atmosphere inside the stadium reflected that support. Fans proudly waved Philippine flags, filled the stands with energy, and turned the venue into something that felt much closer to a home match than an overseas tournament. It was another reminder that Alex Eala has become much more than a rising tennis star. She is inspiring an entire nation, attracting new fans to the sport, and building one of the most passionate followings in women's tennis today. With another important victory secured, Eala marched confidently into the next round, carrying both momentum and belief that her remarkable journey was far from over.